How do I make a profitable edtech startup? Who will pay for my product? Who is my customer? Who am I competing with? What's my vertical? When I was working on my edtech startup in college, it was extremely unclear to me what the edtech industry was about. This video should help you understand better what vertical you're building in. I have scanned just over 200 startups that have received funding past the seed stage. Each category will be broken down in its own video in this series of edtech landscape exploration. This should be helpful if you're a founder, a UX designer, or a software developer/engineer in edtech. If you want to jump to a specific section, I'll include the pinned comment with all the timestamps. If you want to check out a different vertical in edtech, check out the playlist link. Let's start with college. In college, there are two categories of startups. One that college students have to pay to get the product, and ones where the colleges have to pay to deliver the products to the student. In this category, we'll cover the colleges paying, and we'll cover the later section later in the playlist. When dealing with a college, the startup is dealing in a B2B environment. That means that the startup will require a sales team, an RFP, and a strategy on how to deliver this value while convincing the school to pay for it. Before we get to all of that, let's explore the business model and the categories of products within that space. In the B2B business model, when dealing with colleges, startups need to convince the college to pay for the product or service, and then the college is the distributor of the service. The people that gain value can range from college students, school administrators, IT administrators, faculty, and professors. Some categories of startups are class discussion and collaboration tools, class tools, college education planning or on-time graduation, games for teaching, program management, degree-related tools, analytics, assessments, career guidance, grading tools, tools for professors, post-college job finder, and student retention and behavior. There may be more categories available, but I have not seen them in the 200 startups that I have scanned, but if you know of any, please include them in the comments. When the college is paying, there are several challenges that the startups have to face. If a startup has no customers, the startup has to find a way to prove with numbers that their products work. Here's a few ways to approach this path. Step 1. Survey data. The startup has to conduct research and gather data around the user experience or the industry experience. These surveys can be used to solidify the problem statement by gathering testimonials from the intended user base. Step 2. Relationships. Building relationships with key stakeholders such as faculty and professors helps the startup to not only gain insight into their needs, but also have someone vouch for them when they are ready to pitch the product to the college administrators. If you're already in college, it would help to talk to your advisors or professors. If you went to college before, it would help reaching out to people in college if you're targeting professors or students. Step 3. Freemium. If your product offering has a freemium, you or your sales team can convince the college or the target audience to try the freemium version and check out if the product works for them. In the case you don't have a freemium version, you should design a pilot program. Step 4. Pilot programs. The startup can offer a pilot program to demo the effectiveness of a product or service. A pilot program will be a small-scale test with a classroom or a professor or the target audience. Data collection to prove effectiveness at this stage can make or break a deal, so planning the test properly can be a challenge at hand. During a pilot program, a startup should have an interactive demo, clear guidelines, and success metrics. I have attached a link by Edtech in the video description for a framework for pilot guidelines. At this stage, you should aim to have a successful pilot program or a successful freemium adoption. From there, the startup needs to close a deal for the college to adopt the service or product. Then from the adoption of the first few customers, the startup can start building a portfolio of case studies to approach prospective clients or showcase at EdTech conferences like South by Southwest EDU, ASU GSV Summit, and EdSurge Fusion. General issues that startups at any level may face are the budget and the existing tech stack of the colleges. Dealing with colleges' different budget constraints and their current investment in their current solution and tech stacks might be an issue. Startups need to ensure that their product solves a problem that the colleges really desire and that the startup's products are effective. They also need to ensure that they can integrate properly with the college's tech stacks. It also comes down to the sales team's magic to convince the school at this point. The competition. How is your product better than the others and more cost-effective than others? Number 3. The complex decision-making process within colleges. The approval of adoption of a product can go to faculty members, IT staff, administrators, procurement departments, finance departments, etc. before it returns back to you. As a startup, you need to ensure you're crossing every stakeholder's boxes. Okay, now that you have customers and a successful startup, you want an exit. Here are some types of exits that have happened already in the space. Desmos was acquired by Amplify Education. General Assembly was acquired by Edtech for $412.5 million. Gradescope was acquired by Turnitin. People Grove was acquired by Riverside Company. I couldn't find the acquisition price for a lot of these companies other than General Assembly, but the price paid for these acquisitions may be determined by several factors, such as the amount of paying customers, the tech stack, the profit per year, and the IP owned by the company. These acquisitions are likely to happen if the smaller companies align with the mission of a bigger company too. Some of the big players in this vertical are Instructure. You may know them for Canvas, the learning management system that is used by colleges and universities to manage their courses and curriculums. Unison is another one, where they provide a consortium of universities with a common platform for digital learning materials, content management, and learning analytics. Top Hat provides an interactive, cloud-based platform for professors to create and deliver engaging online content, as well as tools for student assessment and engagement. If you found this video helpful for your career in EdTech, leave a like and leave a comment below on what you're planning on doing. If you want to check out other verticals in EdTech, feel free to check out the playlist attached in the link.